So yeah, we'll be getting things started very, very soon here. We'll be jumping in. So it's best of 7, so there's plenty of games to come out here. Now this is our first holiday show match of Heart of the Swarm. We've got our Team Liquid thread set up already. We also have a Reddit thread set up. So I encourage you guys head over, do all the upvoting, all that good stuff. Check all that stuff out. Alright, so QXC is ready whenever. Let me invite QXC to the game as well. So we'll be jumping into things very, very soon here. Alright, so QXC is going to be rocking out the purple. So let me adjust all the colors for the overlays. I don't want this to move anymore. Settings, purple Terran. I wonder what color HwangSin is going to be choosing. I'm just going to pick orange for now. See, that might change, but yeah, thanks so much for everyone tuning in right now. We're about to get game number 1 underway. Just waiting for HwangSin to be able to join into the game. So we'll be in there very, very soon here. Very soon. Starting on Daybreak. Daybreak is going to be game number 1. Loser does get to pick next map. So we've got a nice little set of maps to be able to choose from here, as you can see along the left-hand side. Plenty of action, and it's going to be really cool to see how these guys have started to develop their strategies going into PvT here. It is pretty similar to Wings of Liberty, but that doesn't mean that it's not going to be some crazy games. So it looks like HwangSin's chosen blue. Looks like everyone's ready to go. So here we go. Good luck, have fun to both players. And get this game underway here. So as you guys can hear, the countdown has started. So we're going to be jumping into game number 1 here in this best of 7 series. I guess I can throw up my in-game overlay and get that all adjusted now. And slideshow. I'll move that over here for a second. Alright, so we do have players in here getting things all set up and good to go with our first game. So let's get those introductions underway. I guess I can finish adjusting all these overlays and stuff. Oops, this is the one I want to shrink. Alright, give me 1 second, guys. Almost got everything all adjusted here. There we go. Okay. Finally got stuff figured out. I'm good to go. Actually, this is probably going over here, isn't that? Yeah, it is. Alright. Good enough. Good enough. Good enough. Let me make this one a little bit bigger over here. Cool. Alright. I'll finish adjusting things later. Back in the game here. Game number 1 getting started up. Let me swamp the players. Swamping the players. Here we go. And now they've moved the overlay on me. Back up there. So, spawning up here in the northeast position, it is going to be our blue Protoss player from Quantic Gaming. He is known as Quantic HwangSin here. He's going to be our blue Protoss player. And he's just kind of scouting around, doing the normal stuff, making sure there's no shenanigans going on, no proxies, anything crazy there. But we do see spawning down here in the southwest, it is going to be our purple Terran player from Complexity Gaming, and he is known as QXC. So a best of 7 starting things out here. Game number 1 could easily bring about some crazy cheese style of play from either of them, or we could see a very standard style of game, letting these guys try to feel each other out. And it looks like QXC is perfectly content going for a command center first here. Does not send an SCV to scout, doesn't waste any time. He says, you know what, I've got build orders ready that I need to test out to see how well I can do against you. Let's start out with a macro build for game number 1. And we do see the probe gets in here, sees this, and we'll start the harassment going down on the SCV. Now, this is kind of HwangSin's time to decide what is his response going to be to seeing this really, really quick command center here. He could try to go for an economic build of his own. He would be still behind by choosing that step because of how quickly this command center has gone down. And we also have, you know, the option of hyper aggressive out of him. We do see he gets in there, does scout the double racks follow up here. Also saw no gas, which does make sense because you're going to be having such a high mineral increase because of this quick command center that you'll be spending that on Marines for the time being and SCVs, and then worry about gas a little bit later. But we see that HwangSin chooses to go for that economic route here. He does have a Stalker on the way to help kind of deal with any sort of scouting SCVs, anything like that. Also, we'll have his Nexus on the way, and QXC gets in there and gets confirmation of it. Says, alright, cool, now I know exactly what I'm going to be up against. Sees the one gas, nothing too out of the ordinary. Did have to double check though to make sure there wasn't a second gas, because that's indication of how quickly he will be teching, all that kind of good stuff there. So SCV actually does manage to escape out of there, so very nice play. Oh, I lied. Stalker got one last shot there, was able to snipe off that SCV. We see the probe still does control QXC's watchtower at this point. Back on over, a few Marines have started to pop out. We should see him move up, at least clear off the watchtower in the near future here. And Stalker moving his way here to help kind of defend the watchtower. Sees, okay, there's at least 2 Marines there. You know, maybe I can poke up. I don't know how many more were following that, but chooses not to risk losing the Stalker at that point, and will fall back on, back home at this point, because we see the Nexus has completed and the first signs of tech coming out here for HwangSin, going for that robotics facility. We see the second assimilator added in. Back on over on QXC's side of the map, he's added in a very, very quick third command center, as well as a third barracks here. Still no refineries. There we do finally see 1 and 2 getting taken here inside of the main base for him. Same time, nothing too aggressive going to be coming out from HwangSin. He's going to be going for more defensive style. We see the sentries coming out. There's the second one on the way, and adding on additional gates. This is very, very normal to see from a Protoss player playing against a Terran. Get the robotics, get the additional gates there. And we see that QXC just moving around with his small battalion of Marines here. He wants to kind of get as much intel across the map, make sure there's no probes, no pylons hidden around, so he's going to be checking around things. Won't really find anything though, so that's not that big of a deal, you know, but still very smart to be able to get out there and check. We see he's checking every corner of the map at this point. I like that HwangSin's kept a couple of sentries here to kind of defend against anything that might come his way, even if it's some scouts. But he's got to be careful though, because this small pack of Marines could catch these sentries completely off guard if he doesn't get some force fields. Nope, very good reaction there, does see them coming, throws down 2 force fields. Not the best, but enough to delay it a little bit so he can start to warp in a few more units. We do notice that there is no mothership core here, so we could not go for that kind of Nexus cannon or photon overcharge. And we do see doing nice little micro there, trying to keep the Stalker alive. Will take quite a lot of damage and will finally be able to get taken out, but not before losing all the Marines in the process. We also saw a scan inside the main base because he realized, okay, I'm not going to be able to jump in there at this moment in time and get some scouting off. What can I do? You know what, I'll give up a mule just to get confirmation on what I'm facing. And he does get to see the robotics there, so he can get a good idea of what sort of tech he's facing. Now, he did not get to see the robotics bay, but, you know, seeing the robotics, he can assume that is going to be the initial AoE that will be coming his way. From a Protoss perspective, you always have to keep in mind what AoE can I go to help deal with the bioforces of a Terran player. And we see that HwangSin has decided to go for that Colossus tech at first. And now we see the first glimpse for HwangSin, getting that observer right in there, and gets to see, okay, yeah, full bio coming out here, sees the third command center, also gets to see the factory in Starport that has been added on. Missile turret has been thrown down inside the mineral line. This is, you know, pure defensive there, especially with Stargate play being so strong at these moments in time. Going for one like that is no problem at all. And QXC did a great job seeing that observer, moved inside the main base, and with his 3 command centers, he had no problem using a scan to take that out, deny any more vision that HwangSin might have. But we see that HwangSin moving out to his watchtower. He might be ready to kind of poke up and try to apply a little bit of pressure here soon. Now, his force is not that strong in comparison. I mean, let's check out the supplies here. We can see the army supply for QXC is slightly ahead, as well as that worker lead, because of that 3 command center he's gone for, that heavy economic build that he's been favoring here. Now, there's the Bioforce moving out. One thing that is slightly in HwangSin's favor is the fact that he has the Colossus out first. He does not, QXC is unable to be able to get the Vikings out at this point, and decent force fields kind of pushing the Bioforce back, preventing him from being able to do any damage. Oh, does take out that pylon, trying to delay any warp ins from occurring. We see the first 2 medevacs have hit the field here, and this is going to help to heal up all this Bioforce at this moment of time, but he does not have any Vikings to help deal with this. He does have a bunker already down, will be throwing down another one. Nice stim, trying to push back this force as much as possible. Second Colossus has arrived here, and bunker number 1 is full of units. Pulls the SCVs off, realizing that he is in a lot of trouble, but this is dangerous here. By going and activating their repair ability, putting them all in front like this, the Colossus with range are able to snipe a lot of them off. We see 2 bunkers will be complete. There are the 2 Vikings popping out. He decided, okay, I cannot deal with the, oh, wow, very, very nice job there from HwangSin. A little bit sloppy play from QXC, not realizing his other 2 medevacs were rallied to the middle of the map there, and we see a lot of SCVs getting force field in, going to get taken out from the Colossus lasers. They're outranging pretty much everything. All of the stalkers and sentries in the front doing a great job, but with this forward pylon, this pressure is not done by any means. Behind this, we just see, another Colossus coming up. HwangSin has not opted to go for a 3rd Nexus at this moment in time. He's going to be continuing with this aggression. Double Forge action has been thrown down here now. We do see that QXC's hanging on for dear life, has this missile turret up to help kind of deal a few shots to the Colossus, also has the Viking, but he has to be careful about not losing it to the Stalkers, and we do see does get sniped down. Very nice job, both of them taken out. More force fields preventing any repairs from going down, and Colossus still tearing apart all that Bioforce underneath here, and it looks like we will be seeing HwangSin be able to go up 1 game here in this best of 7 match, just kind of hitting a very, very scary timing, and yep, GG gets called, and we see that HwangSin up 1-0 over QXC. Now, this is a best of 7 series, so that does not mean that it is over by any means. We will be jumping into game number 2 very, very shortly here. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching. I am, of course, NanMan, the caster, bringing you guys all this exciting action today. This is the Holiday Show Match Easter, the first event of 2013 and the first event of Heart of the Swarm. This is put on by both Cliff's Esports Corner and myself here. You can see above the scrolling text there will give you guys all the information you need to know from where you can find us as well as everybody else's Twitter, both Complexities, QXCs, Quantic Gaming, and HwangSin there. Also in the bottom left you can see the list of the map pool that we've got for this this series here. And it looks like Akalon is going to be the next map that we're going to be going into. So, should be a very, very exciting series to see. Akalon Waste. Make myself... Oops, hold on. Oh, I missed it. Dang it. Oh, fail. I did the wrong thing. I accidentally did the join game thing, not the create game one. Alright, so Akalon Waste coming up here. Yeah. Alright, make referee. There we go. Good to go. So QXC looks like he's ready to go. HwangSin looks like he's good.